Hi there, my name is Kendrick, and today I get to interview Mathias. So Mathias, welcome.
Well, hello, I'm an ENFP consume sleep play MF.
And then blast
Yeah.
last, right?
Last, yes.
Okay. You blast last, the blast last. Okay, anyways,
Oh, sorry.
it's all good, man. All right. So since you got your typing results like long time ago, right?
Yeah, like 2.5 years, yeah.
Yeah. So when you did get your result back then, what did you think and how did you feel? And how do you feel about it now, like 2 years later?
I mean, it was pretty close to the type I thought I was. So I thought I was an INTJ, but last. So it was kind of close. I was just missing the OI and the OE. But yeah, I feel great about it because it was close to what I thought I was. But yeah, for 1 month I was agreeing with it, but after the 3 months after, I was more like I was unsure and still looking if it was true. But with time, it really set itself up, and yeah, it really explained a lot. It felt a lot more simple, like the type that I thought I was. Like it wasn't. It didn't explain some stuff that it explained with my real type, let's say. That's what yeah.
Yeah. Well, the only INTJ about you is your black shirt. So
Yeah.
yeah. Anyways, so let's go over your animals. Let's start with your consume. NEFI. It's your savior. How do you, and it's double activated. So how do you
Yeah.
personally experience that double activated NF consume of yours?
I mean, I consume a lot of psychology, philosophy, and stuff like that. Like the behavior of consume, like I do it a lot. Like I'm not, I don't read a lot of book though, but videos and stuff like that, like more in an audio fashion, like consuming with my audio style, let's say. And yeah, I do that a lot. And I don't know what to say else about that. Like yeah, I just like to take in a lot of information. And yeah, I don't know. Yeah.
And then let's go over your second animal. It's sleep. It's SF and it's double masculine. There's several different parts to it, but I'll let you answer this first before we go over the different parts. Okay. So how do you personally
Uh,
experience your double masculine SF sleep?
I like to go over and over. I mean, it's important to me to really know what I really think, with my double masculine sleep. Yeah, and really feel like what I'm saying is really honest and authentic to what I truly think. And yeah, it's important to me to do like a preference, kind of organize in a preference fashion, everything. Uh, yeah, and it feels like I naturally like know if I like something or not. And yeah, it really feels like I organize my FI in a way with my sleep. And yeah, I would say that for now about that.
All right. Let's go over the part of SF sleep that most ENFPs have trouble with, which
Yeah.
is having a health routine. So can you share with us what your workout routine is like? Your
Oh my god.
so hold on, don't finish it. So
Okay.
uh, nutrition, so eating healthy.
Oh yeah.
The third is sleeping. I think that one you're probably okay. And then
Uh,
number four is mental health or stress relief, you could say.
okay.
So yeah, what's your routine for each of those four aspects of SF sleep?
Okay. So first one is I would say eating. I'm not someone who is really structured with my eating. Um, I mean, when I go at university, and sometimes I kind of mix up the dinner and like the morning the breakfast, you know. So I kind of screw up that a little bit oftentimes. But yeah, yeah, I eat pretty much the same stuff every morning. It's like every 3 months I have a new like routine in a way. It's like for 3 months I'm eating I don't know, like a toast, and for another 3 months I'm eating like a cereal or something like that. It's always changed, but like when I get stuck in a routine, it's really stuck. Yeah, it's really stuck for like some time. I don't know. Yeah, it seems like the masculine side is kicking in that way. But yeah, and the other it is training. I'm trying to train, but I don't train that much. I'm training once a week. Um, I'm going to a gym that is free because of my university, but outside of that, I do push up sometimes. But I try to be healthy to have a great routine, but it's not the most easy thing for me, you know, uh to be consistent in a way. But it feels like when I get into a routine, it's really easy for me to kind of to do my routine, but like to get a good routine, it takes time, and yeah, I oftentimes screw up like parts of it, you know. Uh, yeah. And what was the? It was gym, eating, and
Sleeping and stress relief.
stress relief. Uh, I guess in my car or in the shower, I sleep like naturally. Yeah, it's like a meditation, but yeah, I'm not sure if sleep is really like straight up meditation. Like I'm not sure, like, but I know that a lot of Savior Sleep, you know, they preach the message to meditate or and all that, but like I don't know. I'm not so sure if sleep is really like meditating, but yeah, I feel like I meditate a lot, and but I'm not sure if others sleep people really relate to that, you know, like when they, yeah, I don't know. Mm. But okay, and what was the other one?
Stress relief or
Stress relief,
mental health.
mental health. Uh, yeah. I mean, my sleep is just to yeah, to really know what I think about something and to really like you know, relax a little bit and like just takes things like easily, and yeah, to just not worry about stuff and just kind of you know, narrow things down and cut the bullshit a little bit, and yeah, it's more in that fashion that I deal with stress, you know, or yeah, yeah,
All right, let's go over your next animal. It's NT play. It's double feminine, so it's the opposite of your sleep. It's double feminine
yeah.
this time. It's NT. How do you personally use play when you deal with other people? It's NT, so it's like problem solving, figuring things out. Do you like to do that in collaboration with other people, like solving a problem with the tribe, essentially? How do you personally experience that?
Um, I do like to figure things out, but I prefer to like joke around, like trying to figure stuff out. It's more something like that. But yeah, I don't have like I mean, because it's a demon probably, but I don't have a lot of instance in my life where I really do NT plus the play like together. But I can see that happening in my mind. Like I do a lot of pinging, but it's a lot of NT concept, and like a lot of yeah, like I don't know, like a school of thoughts or like a typology system, or like trading and stuff like that. Like I'm a lot into trading, and I can see the TE a little bit, you know. trying to improve the TE and yeah, kind of. It's more an explore fashion for me with the TE. Like I can see that I explore a lot. Yeah, I explore a lot, and but I'm not into a business or something like that, and doing the NT with other people. Like not really like that, but I mean, it's something that I will enjoy someday. You know, I don't know, like brainstorming and stuff like that, like Mr. Beast or I don't know, like doing the brainstorming NT with business ideas or something like that. Me, it's more for fun, but yeah, I don't do that seriously, you know. And play is not really serious anyway, but I'm not sure. Yeah, that's what I will say.
Let's cover your last animal, the one that you would have the most trouble with,
Yeah,
ST class. What's going on there for you, or what's not going on there for you?
yeah,
What kind of life problems have you had having ST blast last?
yeah. I mean, Blast is the most trouble for me. I don't know. I have a hard time talking, even in my even in French, you know, my native language, you know. Um, it's either I don't talk a lot, I say like a bunch of words, like to kind of summarize. Either I do that, or either I do like a consume report or something like that. Like I go super ISTJ mode and I just say a lot of details, but it's like it's not really. It's more like a big swing, you know. Like I don't know. It's like my blast is trying to get in, but it just it's like yeah, it's really like ISTJ mode and not really pertinent in a way. It's like a fake blast in a way. It's more like a consume report or something like that. But yeah, I'm trying to organize stuff. You know, I mean, with school and stuff like that, I feel like I'm doing more blast. You know, kind of organized for the tribe or in the beginning, middle, end fashion. You know, and yeah, I'm trying to improve my blast, but I have trouble with it. Certainly.
The next thing I want
uh,
to cover is your energy dominant. So your energy
oh yeah.
dominant. Can you share a little bit about your experience preserving energy and then expending energy, and also being a goofy person? You know, like not taking anything seriously.
Yeah, yeah,
What's going on there with you?
yeah. I mean, I don't know. I'm pretty chill. I don't. At the end of the day, it's like I don't care about the information or something like that. It's more about it's really the alternance of sleep and play. You know, it's really like no, I'm sleeping. I'm thinking about my stuff, and after I go play. You know, playing the tribe. Like I can see that it's really conscious. You know, my sleep and my play. You know, they're close together, and that's what make me an energy dominant. You know, but I don't know if it's because I'm NF2, you know, like I'm like, okay, your details I don't really give so much, and I'm more like, okay, overall it's more like that, this kind of context and this kind of nuance, and you know, yeah, it's really feel I don't know, energy dump feels really, it's really hard for me to see the like I know I'm NF and I know I'm energy dump, so I kind of mix them together sometimes. Like I'm not sure what I send myself is more like NF or energy dump, but I see the back and forth with the sleep and the play oftentimes, you know, and yeah, I'm pretty chill overall. I don't know, yeah,
It's funny you mentioned that, like you can see it, like the sleep and the play like really close together, really balanced.
yeah,
Um, because I'm the opposite. Like I'm info dom, right? So I have consume and blast in the
yeah,
middle,
yeah,
like blast and then consume. So like for me, when I do work, I have to consume after. Or if I'm consuming too much, I have to go produce something. Like it's automatic. Like there's like
okay,
something inside me that tells me, hey man, it's time to produce. It's like, hey man, it's time to consume. And it's kind of like how you feel when you're play in your sleep.
Yeah.
You just have to do it, right? Like
Yeah.
yeah. So like it's interesting. We're both ENFPs, but the what we feel is different, you know.
Yeah.
Um,
We're the opposite, huh? I think. Like
yeah,
yeah.
yeah, we are. I'm gonna ask you that. That's my next question, actually.
Okay, that's interesting.
So yeah, we're the opposite. I'm play blast, consume sleep. You're consume sleep, play blast.
Yeah.
My question to you next is actually very interesting. Because this happens to me a lot, but it's gonna be the opposite of what happens to me. So for me, I go play blast, and then like super crackhead, like out of control, extrovert, and then super swing, consume sleep, mope. Like
Okay, yeah.
I don't want to see anybody. I just want to be by myself. I want to play video games. I want to read. I just want to consume, and I want to go hide in a dark room. And it's like very extreme, like super extroverted, super introverted. Does this happen to you? Do you go super introverted, and then after like a few days, you're like, shit, I need my friends, and I
Yeah,
need to
yeah,
get some shit done.
yeah, I can see
Does
that.
that swing happen to you or not?
Yes, it does. And yeah, it's like both animals, my severe animal are introverted. So it's really like an all-in kind of way, you know. But yeah, like you said, it's really that. It's like yeah, I'm doing my stuff, and like suddenly I'm like, oh, like I'm like cracked in a way, you know. It's like yeah, it's like I know there's like a void missing in a way, you know. Like naturally, it's like life wants a balance in a way, so so I have to go to the extrovert world and yeah, like play blast. But yeah, yeah, it's pretty much like you said, that feeling.
Yeah. No, I was just wondering how you personally experience it, because that's how I experience mine. But like you're the opposite. But I guess you just explained it. You go play blast. And then does your friends get shocked like how extroverted you are after they haven't seen you for like a while? Like when you see your friends and stuff, do you like go
uh,
super crazy extrovert all of a sudden?
yeah, yeah. I mean, they are wondering where am I or something like that for some time, or yeah. I mean, now I'm more good with it. I feel like I don't know, with the sleep in the play in the middle. I feel like I have a good balance now. But yeah, when I was younger, it was really something like I wouldn't want to see my friend for like 3 days, and like I had to recharge. And after, when I was seeing them, like yeah, I was kind of cracked, and you wouldn't think that I was consume sleep in a way. Like
Yeah,
it's like all the energy was kind of yeah, all the energy was like yeah, at some place, you know. And
yeah,
I managed to kind of go to that place and bring it all back, you know.
yeah.
It's like yeah.
So because we're opposite, I'm curious, what are you doing when you're recharging? Like what's happening? Like,
When I'm recharging,
yeah, what are you doing or not doing, I guess?
uh I mean, the easy answer to recharge for me to sleep. I don't know, like yeah, I mean just playing video games, it seems to relax me. Or yeah, after a long day, you just play video games and you get all the recharge in a way, you know. Or yeah, talking to friends, or just sleeping, you know. It's like pretty classic stuff. I don't know. Yeah,
So when
yeah.
you're by yourself doing your consume sleep, you're just sleeping or playing video games. That's it.
Uh, in
And,
a way, yeah.
and then
Or
you feel recharged after you like do that then?
yeah. But I mean, I don't know if it's the any, but like I am an introvert and all that. But I don't know if it's because I'm a any dominant that I don't know. I feel to have a lot of energy. It's like I'm a mope, but like I can do a lot of things in a day, and I manage my energy pretty good. So like the energy dump part, you know. So yeah, I don't have massive crash or something like that. I don't know if you are referring to your sleep last, like you need suddenly like a recharge or something. But
Oh, I'm just wondering what's going on like behind the scenes for you when you're
okay,
when you're doing the consume sleep, because like I mean, I also do consume sleep, but I don't do it as much as you. So that's why
Yeah.
that's why I'm wondering what you're doing. Um so if there's 7 days in a week, right? Like so you're doing your 4 days, you're just by yourself then if you're not if you
Yeah.
like after you finish school then or something or
Yeah, I mean, after extrovert energy, I have to consume or sleep to regain my energy.
yeah.
And yeah, it seems like I don't have a lot of as much coin, as the token, as the extroverts. It's like the extroverts are like have like I don't know, they have like 10 tokens, and me I have like 5 tokens or something like that.
Right.
Like yeah, like
Okay.
extrovert energy. Here's my token, but when I don't have tokens, like I have to, yeah, to consume or sleep. Well, yeah, something like that.
So
Yeah.
um when you do go to the extroverted world, what drains you more? Is it people or the production, the blast? Like what is more draining?
Oh.
Because like I know a lot of introverts that like they do a lot of stuff, they just don't do it with people, but they do a lot.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
So
yeah,
it's not like you guys are getting drained by like doing a lot of stuff. It's you're being drained by people,
yeah.
your play is third. Your so the biggest problem is really blast in the fourth. So that's why I'm wondering, is the act of like producing or teaching or getting things done, is that
Um,
more draining for you than spending time with people, or is it people that drains you? Like what's the difference there for you?
Overall, it seems to be people, but also like just environment that there's a lot of activities. But oftentimes means that there's people in it. I mean, almost always. So yeah, it seems to be people. Um, but it seems like when I'm interacting, it seems like I don't waste as much energy. It really seems like when I'm in an extrovert environment and I'm doing, it's like I have to pay attention to the environment, but at the same time I'm like not an agent, in it. So it's like yeah, I get drained easily, and that I don't know if it's because I'm masculine sleep. So it's like when I get a little bit of sleep in an introvert environment, I automatically fall even deeper, in my sleep. I think it's that. Yeah, I'm not sure if I'm clear now, but yeah.
No, you're clear. I get it. I have
Okay.
double masculine sleep, so I understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
I just have more tokens than you, so
Yeah.
but I get it. Like when that sleep hits, you cannot. It's hard to like
Yeah.
force your way to keep extroverting. Like you just
Yeah.
have
Yeah.
you slide in a hole and
Yeah.
um
Yeah. That's it. Yeah.
um okay. So my next question to you is also when it comes to using your extroverted function. So um from my experience knowing introverted people, like my girlfriend's an INTJ and she's like sleep consumed, right? Play
Okay.
blast. And then I have a lot of introvert friends because like introverts and extroverts tend to like get along better. It's like it's more natural when you talk to fellow with like the opposite essentially. Um,
Yeah.
so do you find that when you are hanging out with the tribe, but the tribe members are they're not new, they're like familiar, like you know them for a long time. Do you feel like it's easier to hang out with them? It's like it doesn't drain much energy at all because you're used to it already. They're almost like inside your sleep box already to begin with, or do you feel like no, they still drain you? And
Yeah. I mean, the more I know people, or they are in my FI box, let's say, the more they are not draining. It's like I don't know. It's like I know more their patterns, or like their behaviors, or yeah, just more naturally to talk to them because I know them. So yeah, it's a lot less draining, and that for that. And it seems to doesn't matter if they are introverted or not. Yeah. And oftentimes I actually prefer if they are more introverted, because I can do the more extroverted part, of myself. It's like, yeah. And yeah, it's like I'm doing the archetype of the extrovert when I'm with a more introverted person. So
Yeah.
I like to do that actually. Yeah.
So funny. That's
Yeah.
funny. Um, yeah, I did notice that with my girlfriend. Like she's so extroverted when she's with familiar people.
Yeah.
But then the moment it's like unfamiliar, she's like a mute. She won't say anything. So I'm like, huh, okay. So do you feel like when you're with someone new, then that you don't say as much? Then it's only when you're with familiar people that you're more extroverted.
Yeah. Yeah, actually, yeah. But yeah, it depends. It depends if I'm interested in the new person, let's say. Okay, the asshole FI, in a way. But yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's true. You're double activate masculine FI, so
Yeah.
yeah, you might not give a shit anyways.
But it's more the subject. It's like more if the person, I like the subject they talk about, like yeah, if the subject is interesting, I will yeah, I will try to know more, and yeah, I will have a lot of energy if it happens. But yeah, if I like it, and it's a new environment and it's a new person, and I don't really give about the person, but like my interests drop and my energy, yeah, I'm not willing to give the token or something like that. Yeah.
Right. Let's talk about your sexual modalities next. Audio kinesthetic. How do you
Yeah.
the audio and then the kinesthetic side of things?
Yeah. I mean, I listen to a lot of music, and a lot of what I consume is audio, like I said, uh, and yeah. There's nothing to say more about audio. Maybe like I like to repeat myself, like some words sometimes. Uh, like they're talking to myself a little bit, but like more like yeah, it's like saying a word out loud. Out loud. Yeah, it's like I don't know. I feels like I learned better that way, and yeah, and yeah, and for the kinesthetic part, yeah, I tend to move a lot, and some like yeah, I didn't really process the kinesthetic part. I just know that I kind of move a lot. I don't think I have ADHD, but like I don't know what are the different side of ADHD. Like you don't pay attention, and the one is like you move a lot. And me, it's more the one that you don't pay a lot of attention to stuff, and yeah. But
I mean,
yeah, I don't think I don't know if it's pertinent to connect it with kinesthetic in a way, but yeah, yeah.
well, I wouldn't be surprised if you did have ADHD because I think people with lead any they think they all have it, because like
Yeah,
the N is easily distracted. So
yeah. But yeah, uh, they never diagnose it. I never had the diagnosis, and yeah, it feels like when I was young, I wasn't really ADHD, but with times I got more ADHD. Yeah.
gotcha. Okay, my next question to you is Demon SI in the bottom. What are your SI freakouts like the control from the SI?
Uh,
Like the stereotype is like paperwork or government.
oh my god.
Like so can you share some of the stuff that like things that trigger you like when it comes to the government and
Oh
paperwork
yeah.
and all this stuff?
I mean, it's like I have to do the crypto tax or something like that, and like I don't know how to do it, and it's really stressful for me. So I don't really like the SI of that. Um, I tend to not like super detailed stuff. Like yeah, me the SI is really the details. Like for everything, it's like it's really difficult for me to really. I tend to see things more in the macro, or yeah, and so the micro stuff is a lot more difficult for me, and it tends to be yeah, more the paperwork, and I don't know, it feels like the blast last too, like I don't like to get in contact with the government or something like that. feels like a blast thing in a way, you know. So yeah, it's like I don't want to deal with that stuff, and yeah. But I mean, I am trying to be better at it, but yeah, it takes a lot of it takes more energy basically. Yeah.
Do you get scared that like the government's gonna come after you if you don't do your taxes or like
uh,
any of these stuff? Do you get freaked
Not
out?
so much, to be honest. I
Okay.
think I should be more, but maybe
I
like I don't know
Oh,
if
okay,
I'm not doing
I
it.
get it now. I get it. Like I guess for you because I guess for like the ENFPs with blast ST blast last, you guys are not respecting it as much. So when you get the tidal wave, it's really bad because the government will like come like get
They
your
will actually come, yeah, yeah.
yeah, they'll actually come because like I have
Yeah,
ST saviors and I fucking hate it. Because
yeah.
I mean I'm like an ENFP too. I hate that stuff. But because I have a savior, I'm like, oh fuck, if I don't do it, the government's gonna come after me. I better do it.
Uh,
And
oh yeah,
I'm like hating my life the whole time, but I'm doing it. So they're not likely to come after me. But for you guys who like have ST last, then they will come after you and it's like
yeah,
they'll come after you at the worst possible time too. When you're like,
yeah,
finally
exactly.
the ultimate NF is here, and then the SD comes and like kicks you in the face, and then you're like screwed.
Yeah, when I'm finally like in my EP caravan, and I'm going like in a trip, and
Yeah.
now they come all the government go after me and all that. But yeah, it's interesting that you said the blast, that with your blast you're more aware of it, it's
Yeah.
like a less intense tidal waves. Uh, but at the same time, I'm pretty young, so I don't know with the tax stuff, but I'm aware that the tax, it's a thing for SI last, so I will pay attention to that and try to give conscious effort to that. But
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, no, I mean it's fine. You're young, yes, like so it's okay. But like
yeah,
eventually, you wanna get a handle of it. Um there's like an old video that Dave released with like ENFPs and stuff. They call it the payment plan. I don't know if you remember that video. And then
the what?
payment plan. So it's like every time you use your SI, there's like pain, right? It's like you're fucking dying.
Yeah,
And then he said that like if you don't it's if you don't pay it forward essentially. So it means suffer the pain like consciously on by your choice.
okay,
It's gonna come smack you in the worst possible pain. So it's better to have like small pains,
yeah,
like a big one. So that's kind of
yeah,
like the SI, like do your taxes or like fill out this paperwork or like for me, what triggers me is I have to like file for like insurance claim, like for health. Like you're a student, right? So you have like health benefits at school, right? Like,
yeah,
you can go see like a physiotherapist, massage, psychologist. There's like a lot of cool stuff. Like I would like if I but like most students don't even use those benefits. They're really good. Like massage, for example, right? That's like really nice.
yeah. That would be
Um
nice.
yeah, but like it's free for you guys because like you're a student, right? It's like part of your benefits. But like you
Yeah,
have to file the paperwork to do it. So
yeah, yeah. All the
yeah.
you have to go to the institution and all that, and yeah, I don't want to do that.
Yeah, like usually when I like have to file for those like health insurance claim, I always say, "Do you do it for me?" You know?
Yeah,
And if they say no, then I'm like, "Okay, I'm going to a different clinic,"
yeah,
because
yeah.
I don't want to do it. So yeah,
The
so
rest,
sorry.
but the responsibility part, other SI do it, not me.
Yeah. Yeah, and then I don't know if you've ever like have like a classmate or something that's like an ISTJ, and you're like, oh my God, they're so good at this shit, they're like a
Yeah.
machine.
I mean, not in my experiences, but yeah, I don't have an SI buddy with me, It would be nice though, like to bring my SI friend to do all the SI for me, but
Yeah.
I should try to have one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All right, dude. I think I asked you all the questions. So I think the last thing that I kind of want to discuss is, because we're
yeah,
opposites, is there something you want to know from the opposite side of the world? I'm play blast, for example.
yeah.
So is there something that you want to know from like the opposite of you? Because we're both MFs, right? So we have the same
Yeah.
sexuality, it's just opposite. So
I mean, consume. I want to know about your consume hobby for yeah, it's supposed to be like your first animal, you know, the consume in a
Yeah,
way.
yeah, it should be. Yeah,
But you is like a, a
third.
hobby, you know, like so.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
I,
wonder.
oh, dude. Okay, this is the most interesting thing. I spoke to other EPs about this too, who have consumed demon. It's so
Yeah,
interesting. Because you're an EP with consume demon. Like, what the fuck is going on there? Like, that's so
yeah,
weird.
yeah,
So I know I realize what's going on for me, and I think other EPs who have consumed demon. So, because I'm still an EP, so I like to gather, right? So I'll use video games as an example because I'm a gamer.
yeah.
So I'll buy like lots of games, especially if there's like a sale. I have a PS5, so that's what I play.
Okay,
Uh,
okay.
like I don't know, what do you play? Do you play like console or computer games?
Both of them, yeah, but more the computer, you know. Yeah,
Okay, okay. And what console do you have?
an Xbox One. Yeah,
Xbox?
Xbox One. Yeah.
Okay. So, anyways, like so for me, I have PlayStation. So I go to the PlayStation store. If there's a big sale, I'll go buy a bunch of games. So I gather the games, but I won't consume.
Hi.
I won't play it. I will
Okay,
just
okay, okay. Yeah.
I will gather it. It's so stupid. And then like I'll buy like lots of tech. I'll buy lots of like different shit. I'll gather it, but I won't use them. I won't consume it, right?
Okay,
But
okay, okay.
but because it's third, I will force myself to consume. I will be like, dude, you fucking bought this. You need to consume this.
Okay, okay.
And then I'm like, oh man, okay, fine. I have to consume this now. Um,
Uh,
then I start consuming it. And then because I'm still an ENFP like you, I have NE and FI as my first two functions. Once I start consuming, I cannot stop.
okay, okay.
I just feel like shit when I'm consuming because like fuck, I could be producing. I'm wasting my time, my life playing this game. I could be like
Yeah,
producing
yeah,
something
okay.
important, like my YouTube channel or my blog or something. I could be doing work, but I'm consuming instead. So there's like a part of me that feels like guilty that I'm doing it. Um,
Okay, yeah.
unless it's a really good game, then I don't feel guilty because there are games that
Yeah.
are really amazing, right? So um,
What games do you play?
I like
I
RPG.
mean,
Yeah,
your most favorite, yeah, most favorite.
I like RPGs. I don't know if you played like role playing games, but like that's my favorite genre. Is like RPGs, like Final Fantasy. Uh,
Okay.
there's a
Oh,
series. Yeah, yeah. Do you know about Final Fantasy?
I mean, I have a friend that play a lot of it, but I don't really know.
Okay, well it's fine. There's a series of RPG I'm into right now. It's called Trails. I don't know if you've heard of it. They have it on,
Trail.
yeah, they have it on PC too. They can buy it from Steam, but
Okay.
yeah. So it's like the first RPG that like did this. Like have you watched like Marvel movies like MCU?
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
You
Yeah, I
know,
watch
like
them. Yeah.
how like every movie is like connected to each other, and then they come together in like Avengers.
Oh, yeah. Also, that's cool. Okay. To do
Yeah.
that with a video game, like,
Oh, so yeah, dude, this RPG is fucking nuts because it's like the first three games is called Trails in the Sky 1, 2, and 3. It's
okay, yeah.
you can play it on Steam. You can buy it from Steam.
Oh, nice.
And then the next two games is called Trails to Zero and Trails to Azure. And then so those the first three games I mentioned, they're like the same. They're like the same characters, and the story continues after another.
Oh,
And
okay.
the third one's the conclusion, but they're all like they continue on. And then Trails to Zero and Trails to Azure, they're like in the same world and they continue upon each other. But characters from the first three games will also show up here because
Ah,
it
okay, yeah,
continues on. And then there's like the next four games called Trails of Cold Steel 1, 2, 3, and 4. And the first two is like contained where like it's specifically the characters from the first the 1 and 2. But then by
yeah. Okay.
3 and 4, I didn't play it yet. I'm on the second one right now. But 3 and 4 is supposed to be like Avengers Infinity Wars and Endgame,
Ah,
where
okay.
all the games from the old game, they all come together in this super like
Okay, okay.
yeah. And
It's a little bit like Super Smash Brawl in a way, you know. I don't know if you know that,
yeah, I do.
like, yeah,
But Super Smash Bros. Is like a fighting game. It's like 4-player fighting game, right? But this is like
yeah,
it's like a story, so it's like narrative
yeah,
focus, right? And like very deep focus on storyline, and the storyline is amazing. It's like, dude, I played so many like role-playing games in my life.
Mm.
This series is the only one that made me cry. I literally like teared up like on the second game I played. I was like, what the fuck? This game is so good.
Like,
Like the first game is so boring. The second game was like it's like a masterpiece of storytelling. Like the graphic is dated now, but like from a storytelling perspective, oh man, I was like, what the fuck? This is genius.
Okay.
And it's still continuing on. And man, I was like,
There's 3 game of that?
no,
Or,
dude, the first 3 games, okay, and then there's 2, and then there's
Okay.
4, and
Oh
then
my god.
there's a 5th one, so there's 10. Now there's 11 and 12. There's gonna be like 20 games in total, I think, and
Oh
they're
my god.
continue on, like from one
Okay.
after another.
Oh my god.
That's why it's like Marvel, you know, like if you didn't watch like Iron Man 1 or Captain America 1, like you don't know what's going on right now because like it's continuous on, right? So like for me, like it was hard to get into it because the first game was so boring. But if you survive the first game, it's just pure goodness. It's like the story from a story.
Okay, nice.
Yeah. I would definitely recommend it to you. I think you would
nice.
like you're also an ENFP. I think you would like it. Like, you know,
I will try it out. It's a trail.
It's called Trails in the Sky 1.
Okay.
Well, the first one's called Trails in the Sky FC. Second is first chapter. Second one's called Trails in the Sky SC, or second chapter, and then it's Trails in the Sky, the third. Like I said, the first game is so boring, man. Like it's like 50 hours long. It's boring as hell. Like the whole game is boring until like the last part. But if you survive that boring 50 hours, the rest is like amazing.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Yeah, so it takes some investment, you know. Yeah.
I mean, with your consume, like when you have all the games, you're obligated to do it, like like a hobby. Yeah,
obligated. Yeah, like if I love it, like I like RPG, so for those specific games, if I bought the game, I feel obligated to play it. Even yeah, because I already like invested my money in it. I'm like, gosh, like sometimes if the game's really bad, I won't play it. And I'll be so pissed off I wasted my money on a game that I never bothered playing. Yeah. But like, you know, still an EP like you, I still gather a lot. It just like, the consume part is it's more balanced with Blast. Like my sleep is worse than is the real problem here. So
okay.
Yeah. All right, dude. Anything else that you want to address? Otherwise, we can wrap up this interview.
I mean, what can I say more? Yeah, I don't know. I got type 2.5 years ago, and yeah, it took some time to get an interview, but I got one now. So
I mean, you only asked like recently, so you could have asked like 2 years ago, but your blast last, I guess. So
yeah.
All right, dude. So the last thing before we wrap up this interview, what do you want people to know about you? Because you now have a platform to like talk, right? So, what do you want people to know about you before we wrap this interview? Is there something about yourself or your type that you want people to know about?
That I don't know if you're MOP ENFP. Like I don't know. I feel like when you're a MOP ENFP, you wouldn't type yourself as a ENFP, you know, in another system. But yeah, I think that yeah, I think it can be hard to really accept that. Like it's kind of weird, like to be so much introverted, but ENFP. But yeah, I think that yeah, I don't know what else to say about that, but I don't know. Just that typing is hard, and it takes time to really know your type. And yeah, that was a blast thing, you know. I don't know what to say else.
I think what's crazy is the mopes like you guys. I think everyone else from the outside can see what your type is except for yourself. So it's kind of yeah. So it's that weirdness happening for you guys.
Definitely,
yeah. All right, man. We'll wrap this up here. So thanks, Mathias, for coming out and doing this interview, and thanks for reaching out.
Well, thank you, man. It was a pleasure to be here.
Yeah, for sure, man. All right, take care and enjoy the rest of your evening.
Yeah, ciao.